What you think about his curl? What you think about the little Afro curl he got going on? I think he the
It's
first white Jerry curl. If he's white, I'm not sure. So don't
I
sue me,
think
y'all.
he is, but again, well, now this is territory I'm uncomfortable with. I don't know
All
that. I
right,
don't know.
mute it, Miss Becky. Bleep it. You gave me so much like motivation and encouragement by, you know what I mean, by dealing with me, bro, that I never necessarily had in myself, bro. You gave me the confidence to want to do this in the first place, dog. And I'll
Look,
always be grateful for you, bro.
I told you this privately. I will tell you this publicly. You are a star. You should be in front of the camera. You should be on the mic. You shouldn't be behind the scenes. Like, yeah, all the social media stuff you're great at, but you're a star, man. You should be in front of everything.
Look, you gonna make my mama cry. Mama, I know. Give her a second. We got to start, bro. It was a wonderful game last night. We taping this on the Tuesday afternoon after the national championship, but we just got earth-shattering news from the NBA. Mike Malone and company out in Denver. What is going on there, brother?
Well, I think someone reminded Stan Kroenke he owns the Denver Nuggets, and he just thought, "Oh, I don't. This doesn't seem good enough." I don't know, man. Like, look. Mike Brown gets fired in December. Yeah, coaches' firings happen in December. Taylor Jenkins gets fired 9 games before the playoffs. We're like, ooh, that's a little too close to the playoffs. That doesn't happen. And then Denver's like, hold on, what about 3 games before the playoffs? What if we did that? And it's not like they're a fringe team or anything. Like, they could be the 3 seed. They're in the mix. They're a half game ahead of this whole traffic jam in the West. I think they just decided, all right, like, this isn't our guy moving forward. Let's see what David Adelman has, because he's kind of the next hot assistant coach on the market. He will be this summer. I don't know, man. They just don't have any basketball people running the organization. Like, that's what happens.
Bruh, like you said, Taylor Jenkins, wow, that was a little much. But this is a spicy meatball. Before the playoffs. And bruh, do you think the Joker or anybody on the team may have had a hand in this, or may have just said, hey, bro, I don't like how he called me Brucey B last year. What could it be, man?
Juju, I think you can help me on this quest, okay? On Jokic's basketball reference page. This isn't anything new. It's been there for a while, but I'm trying to get us away from calling him the Joker, because the other nickname on his page is Big Honey, and I just think Big Honey is a way better nickname. Okay, I know that. Joker's easier and everything, and Joker, all that, but Big Honey is a great, that's an ABA nickname. Like, that's a great nickname. So I'm gonna say I don't know that Big Honey had anything to do with this, but I wouldn't rule it out. I think with this, like, I think you have to make this move this point in the season. I think you have to run it by him,
right?
But I don't know that he decides this, right? I think you have to give him a heads up, though.
Yeah, you're right. I think Big Honey might have crossed his desk, and then he was like, "I don't give a damn. This ain't my horses."
You're not firing my horses. I don't care.
We're gonna move on to the game heard around the world last night. Houston versus Florida, man. Houston had them clamps on Walter Clayton last night. They had the clamps on the whole team pretty much, except Will Richard the first half, which was a hero. I think he might should have got the MVP of the game last night. How do you feel about that game last night, bro?
I like Kelvin Sampson. Right? Kelvin Sampson's just one of those good dudes that you want to win a championship. You want him to get that validation. Like, he's one of those basketball lifers, right? Like, he's just one of those guys that I think has earned it. And for them to go out that way, and you could like the comments after, like, to not get a shot, you could live with missing a shot, right? Yeah. But it was, Clayton, to his credit, like, he had a miserable offensive game. Passed the ball really well, a couple turnovers, but he passed well, he defended well, and then he's the one that made the closeout on that shot that caused him to almost travel, right? Like, he jumps, has to drop the ball. If I'm sharp there, and it's easy to second guess it. The refs were so bad, and they're college refs, so they're always bad. And I don't think they were one-sided, but the refs are so bad. I hold that rock until he gets to me. I would throw my body into him, toss up some garbage, and make them call that foul, or they're the enemies forever, right? Like, you gotta throw some contact in there. He at least didn't touch the ball and get the turnover. He tried to shield it to where they could get it. Yeah, I mean, it was such a fun game, and both those teams, with the way their tournaments went, it was always going to come down to a chaotic final possession. But man, I feel so horrible for Houston that they didn't get a shot.
Right. I feel so bad for Sharp as well, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if you out there, you love Sharp, bro, send my boy a text message today, man. Because the last two possessions, off his knee out of bounds, then couldn't get a shot up. Oh, man, I know that's gonna stick with him for the rest of his life, bro.
Has to, yeah.
Because I'm not sure how much of a prospect he is for the NBA or whatever, so man, that gotta be rough. Let's travel to the women's side of the tournament. Gino and them girls, they made it real boring for us to watch.
They sure did.
They spanked that baby all game long. What you think about Paige Beckers and them girls getting it done? Sarah Strong, I see you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, all right. I'm not gonna be too reactionary because it's still assuming they come out at the same time. It's still Juju Watkins, right? Like she's still the number one pick, but the absolute number two pick, assuming she goes out in 2 years, is Sarah Strong, right? Like no one else. Like, I mean, she's already this good as a freshman, setting records for blocks and steals. She went like 25, 15, and 5, and 3, and 2, or something like that. I mean, she's putting up like crazy numbers. Like that's a lottery ticket. That's not even like a stat line. Like just crazy numbers there. It was deflating because I thought it was going to be a great game. Like I thought South Carolina was going to come out and just be South Carolina. For me, it was great because Paige finally gets her title, right? She went there in 2020, and now she'll be the number one pick on Monday, and get to further her journey in the WNBA. But yeah, I would have liked a better game. Like, at what point did you give up in terms of like knowing? Like there was a point where, and it probably was greater than what I remember the score being, but I think it was like an 18, 20 point game in the third. And Dawn Staley was like, something happened. They gave up like a corner three, like a left corner three.
Yeah.
And she let out an F-bomb, right? She was just like, she was like almost throwing a tantrum. Like she was so frustrated. And I was like, oh no, like this is really over. We have so much time left. I was like, at that point, I was like, I'm probably going to come back for the ceremony. Like, I don't know that I'm going to check back in here with the rest of this game. Like, I don't know that I can keep just watching this ass whooping.
Now we got a segment we do where we take calls and they call in, you feel me? Callers, salute to the wonderful callers out there. Where are we without y'all, you feel me? Miss Rebecca, cue some of those callers up for us right now, sis.
Juju, it's Mason here in North Carolina, way out western North Carolina, near the Indian Reservation, Cherokee. I've been watching a lot of NBA. I think the Warriors are going to do it, man. I think the Warriors have what it takes. I think Jimmy is the secret sauce, if you may. I see the Warriors winning it all. However, man, I want OKC to win it. Let me know your thoughts.
Oh, what a coinky doink, you feel me? And all this Warriors guard. I can see that happening as well, bro. Them boys like what, 15 and 2-3 since Jimmy got there. Something like don't that, quote me, something like that. And I think that the veteran presence they got with him and Draymond being kind of like not necessarily all the way enforcers, but they do the dirty work. They do the stuff that's needed so that Moody can go and be who he wants to be. Podziemski can be who he wants to be. You feel me? And Steph, bro, I don't know if he's turning back the clock or this is just the time that he's always on. He has been magnificent over the past couple weeks. I think the playoffs for them have already started. What you think, bro?
Their offense is still it's still a little difficult to generate some shots, right?
Yeah.
The defense is great. I know it's been better lately. I don't want to see Podziemski take threes. I don't want to. He's not good at it. Even though he's been hot lately, he's not good at it. I don't like watching it aesthetically. It's a bad-looking jump shot. I just don't want to see.
What you think about his curl? What you think about the little afro curl he got going on? I think he's the first white Jerry curl. If he's white, I'm not sure. Don't sue me, y'all.
I think he is, but again, now this is territory I'm uncomfortable with. I don't know. Right. I don't know.
Mute it, Miss Becky. Bleep it.
I think it's the first one since Jack Sikma, right? Like, I mean, it's like this is incredible territory. He's working with what he's got. I'm here for it, but just don't take jumpers anymore. It doesn't look aesthetically good. So I'm a little concerned about their offense, especially like you saw what Houston did. It's just one game, but there is the idea that you can be physical with them and take them out of it a little bit. But man, their defense is great. Like that defense is so good. They do remind me of that 2022 team a little bit that won it. I think Buddy Hield's got to come alive. He's not shooting like Buddy Hield should, right? And like he has in the past. If he gets into his rhythm, shooting the ball, I'll believe a lot more. But yeah, like they got all the makings there. Like it's looking like on the cusp of contending. I like that team a lot.
Moving on, brother. You are one of the hosts of one of my favorite podcasts in the entire world, Centerfold, man. Talk to them people. If they don't know what Centerfold is, tell them what it is right now.
Oh, Centerfold is a podcast where Amin Al-Hassan and I watch movies that are poorly rated on Rotten Tomatoes, and we try to ascertain if they're properly poorly rated or maybe they didn't get a fair shake. That's Centerfold. It's produced by Anthony Mays, and you get it wherever you get podcasts.
In that sentiment, and I'm going to put you on the spot.
All right.
What are your top 5 basketball movies of all time?
Oh, okay.
You feel me?
Number 1, White Men Can't Jump.
Okay.
The one we recognize, not that Jack Harlow BS. I haven't watched it. I will not watch it. I'm good. No, thank you. The real one. Billy Hoyle. Sidney Dean. Like, yes. That's the one. That's the one.
Yes, sir.
Right. That's number 1. Blue Chips is in there. I love Blue Chips. Neon, Butch McRae, Ricky Rowe, like Western University, the Dolphin mascot, everything, right? So I love Blue Chips. Above the Rim, Birdie's Birdman. Like, you got to love Above the Rim.
Gotta love the Birdman.
Yeah, got to love the Birdman. I mean, he got Games got to be in there, right?
Okay.
Jesus Shuttlesworth. That's the wrong way to. AZ Fudd's mom, saran wrapping the arms so she works on the left. That's a good way to teach a child to, like, work on the skills. The Jake Shuttlesworth way turned out to be. I mean, I guess it worked. Maybe a little problematic, though, some therapy needed in the future. I feel like I need a little bit of a deeper cut here.
I'm going to throw in Hoop Dreams just because that just gave me a
documentary,
lot.
Yeah, I mean, Hoop Dreams is like, that's the greatest basketball movie ever, right? Like, that's that documentary, Arthur Agee and William Gates is just, oh, my God. Oh, you know what? Go deeper cut. It was an HBO movie starring Don Cheadle.
Okay.
The GOAT, Rebound, the story of Earl the GOAT, Man of GOAT. Oh, my God. I think KG,
he rocked down the street with the basketball like this.
Just like that. And he's going taking dollars off the backboard, leaving change. I think KG makes a cameo as Wilt Chamberlain in like Rucker Park or West Fourth or something like that at one point. I love that. It's sad. I don't know how good it was because I think I was like 16 when I watched it. I don't know how much I've watched it since, but I love that movie as a teenager.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that. That was fine, bro. That concludes another great episode of the Alley Oop, man. Thank you so much. Like I said, bro, without Zach Harper, this Alley Oop thing don't happen. I promise to God, you feel me? So thank you for always believing in me, bro. Thank you for always supporting in me. I want to give your flowers in front of folks, you feel me? You got anything to say to them folks on the way out, bro?
You know what? Always support Juju. If you've been supporting him throughout Levitard or any of this stuff, alley-oop, this is the part where he gets to shine. I'm telling you, this dude is the star of stars.
Thank you, brother. And we gonna see y'all next week at the same bat time. Look, I can't even speak. I'm emotional. I'm getting choked up over here. Same bat time, same bat channel. You dig us.